Hi, everyone. Welcome to our virtual back to school night here. My name is Mr. Schlehuber. I'll be your student's Algebra 1x2 teacher. Um, I actually taught every student in this class last year in pre-algebra, so I'm very excited to see each and every one of your students and see some familiar faces in the next few days. So I'm looking forward to teaching this class and working with your students yet again this year. Um, I'm going to try and not take up too much of your time, try and make this nice and quick while still getting you the information you need. But I'm sure you probably have um, other videos to watch or PowerPoints to go through for this back to school night. So try and not take up too much of your time here. Just going to kind of navigate our Schoology page to talk about a few things as we go. So the format of the class, if we look at week one, which is this week here, there's just a few introduction assignments for your students to complete, just to let me get to know a little bit about them. No, it's cool because I do know a lot about your students already because I had them last year. But they can start working on these assignments. It's open and ready for them to work on. So if we go to week two, which will start next week, um, just kind of outline a little bit of the format of the class. So you'll see on Schoology here, there are places to submit classwork and submit remote work. And each week there will be a place for the classwork and the remote work. Anytime you see this icon here, that is somewhere that your student needs to submit work. So the way we're going to do it this year, and I'm doing this for two very intentional reasons, is students will submit everything on Schoology. That includes the work that they do in class. Um, the first reason I do this is, or I am doing this, is to just try and limit the number of papers that we pass back and forth. With everything around COVID happening right now and all the circumstances, just trying to keep our safety at the forefront as much as we can. So that's why they'll have to submit their classwork and their remote work all online. Um, in terms of the class, your students will get a workbook for the class that they need to bring back and forth with them. And in order to do this, they'll need to have a binder. So please send them with a binder during their first day of class if you can. That way they can get their workbook and get it put in the binder. They will need to bring this workbook back and forth to class and home each day. This is where the majority of their assignments will come from, is this workbook, with the exception of these first few weeks. And that's because we're going to review these first few weeks. And so I'll provide everything they need for these first few weeks. I'll get them all the assignments that they need. But after that, everything will come from the workbook. So again, you see the places to submit assignments here. Every week I will upload a lot of time, or I will upload their remote assignments that they can see here. So they have access to them on Schoology if they weren't in class in person to get them. A lot of times I'll upload notes that can help them work through assignments. And then each week too, I will upload a checklist that just kind of outlines what they need to do for the week. So if we preview this checklist here, this is their week two checklist, which actually starts next week. So every Monday will be remote for our class period 4A. Let me see here. On Mondays, 4A, we will meet from 11:15 to 11:35, and that'll be on Microsoft Teams. So again, every Monday on Microsoft Teams, we will meet, and it's just a good time for students to ask questions, get help on any problems that they may have, and we'll be able to practice some problems there too. So again, every Monday is remote on Microsoft Teams. When your students come to class on their in-class day, they will get the worksheets that they need to complete in class. It'll be notes and practice for them to complete. Again, they need to upload all their assignments to Schoology, even the ones they complete in class. Not every week, but most weeks, we will start class with some sort of a quiz that just goes over the previous week's material. So again, that's not every week, but a lot of times we will start our in-class or our in-person classes with a short quiz just to see what they know from the previous week. And then on the checklist, you'll see there's a section that shows what they need to complete before they come back to class. So again, they will have hard copies of all of this stuff. A lot of it will be in their workbook. And this checklist is just to hopefully help them to stay a little bit organized to see what they need to do and what they need to submit on Schoology. If we go back to our homepage here, when you get into Schoology, these are all unpublished right now, but they obviously will be published so the students and you as parents can see them on a week-by-week basis. If I click on this resources folder here, you can see there is a copy of our workbook. Just in case if students forget to bring it to class one day, or maybe they forget it at school and don't have it at home, they can still access it on Schoology. These two files will show, this is a PDF and this is a video, just kind of walk students through how to submit assignments on Schoology if they've never done that before. And then there is a link to our class syllabus so that students can see it on Schoology, and parents, you can see it as well. I will also send home a hard copy with students in person. I'm not going to read through all this. You can take the time to read through it if you'd like. Just a couple things I do want to touch on. Only our summative assessments will count towards the final grade. So that includes the tests and quizzes, the projects, and the final exam. The more of the practice assignments, so some workbook pages, warm-ups we do in class, smaller assignments will actually not count towards their grade. But these assignments are essential to the students understanding the material, and the practice assignments are what's going to help them to do well on these more summative assessments. The next thing is late work. I will always accept late work up until the end of the semester with no penalty. I believe that if students are willing to put in the effort to show their understanding and to complete the work, no matter when it happens, they should be rewarded for this. Now, with that being said, students are, of course, expected to turn in their work on time. Just will help them to understand the material and keep up with the class. So that's really all I've got for you. I know that's quick and brief and maybe a little bit overwhelming, but if you have any questions or concerns at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And as I'm doing this, I'm actually seeing that I put the wrong class syllabus in here. So I will definitely get that updated to have our Algebra 1x2 syllabus, which is 4A. But the class format is all the same. So all the info I just shared with you is all the same, and I will get this syllabus updated. But again, if you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. My phone number's here, my email's here. I know this is a big change for everyone, and there probably is a lot of questions right now. So again, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I look forward to hearing from you all soon. Thanks.